New tonight, plans to relocate Enbridge's Line 5 pipeline across northern Wisconsin are officially moving forward. Today, an administrative law judge upheld permits from the Wisconsin DNR, giving the green light for construction. Line 5 starts in Superior and runs through northwest Wisconsin and into the UP. A part of that route takes the pipeline through the Bad River Reservation. The yellow line here shows where Line 5 currently runs. The dashed line shows where the relocation route would be. Enbridge submitted permit applications to relocate it 6 years ago. In November 2024, the DNR awarded permits. Then the Bad River Band and environmental groups challenged the permits, sending the decision to a contested case hearing in August and October of last year. There were public comment periods in both Ashland and Madison. Enbridge said extensive research shows this reroute impacts the environment the least. The Bad River Band said the project will threaten the tribe's way of life by impacting the quality of their water. And today, the administrative law judge ruled in favor of Enbridge. Earth Justice, the environmental law organization representing the Bad River Band, reacted to the news today, saying Enbridge's project threatens permanent damage to the band's treaty-protected waters, plants, and medicines for the enrichment of a foreign oil pipeline company. Meanwhile, an Enbridge spokesperson said the DNR made the right decision when it issued its permits. As for what comes next, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers permit will need to be signed and finalized. Enbridge said their crews are preparing for construction and are ready to begin. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers already issued an initial permit for the project back in October.